Broly was still in her mother's womb, of which he did not know the name, since she had not yet appeared in the story. Broly was able to understand brief conversations that were taking place outside his comfortable prison. The conversations were in Japanese, of which he did not understand much, but thanks to the great memory that the Jugon had given him, he was able to understand the language quickly. Thanks to that, he remembered all the animes with subtitles that he had seen until now. Apart from understanding the language, Broly was organizing all his thoughts. He had bought all the knowledge and scientific skills of Maluki Zoldyck, which were not few, as well as Menchi culinary skills. However, what was most occupying his time was to analyze all the teachings of the Shinjin Ryu, focusing mainly on all those related to the Nen. There was a cheaper option in which only the foundations of the Nen were explained, but Broly was also very interested in the martial arts that it contained, and although he could not practice them for now as a fetus, he had them in mind for his plans. Thanks to Jugon, previous knowledge of hardcore otaku and the enormous talent that possessed his body of legendary Super Saiyan, Broly was able to understand with the passage of time his new body and the nature of the energy that it contained. I was right. I was right, ha ha ha. Ki and Nen are the face and the cross of the same coin. Both are techniques that allows a living being to use and manipulate their own life energy, also known as aura. Both consist of the same thing, but they take a different path. In both mangas, it's a power that each person has, and that power, unlike Chinese novels, is not collected from the outside. Cultivating that energy is present in every living being, but they are not aware that they have it until they train enough to notice it. Except for beings so powerful and with such a powerful energy that they are aware of their existence since they are born, as were Meruem, their royal guard of Meruem, the frost demons, or me. Both consist of manipulating life energy and both manifest as an aura that covers the body. In both cases, that power increase by improving the control of that same aura and improving the capabilities of the body, which is the container of that aura. Ki allows you to do things very similar to Nen. Both allow strengthening the body through the aura. Both allow throwing that aura out of the body, as for example the Kamehameha. Both allow changing the properties of that aura, for example creating heat energy, explosive energy, cutting energy, solid energy, disintegrating energy. Both allow to materialize the aura, like for example Piccolo or Teen Shinhan when they multiplied themselves or multiply parts of their body. Both allow you to manipulate objects through the aura, such as Frisia's telekinesis. Both allow you to perform skills through the aura that are difficult to catalog or understand. Both allow locating presences and the aura of other individuals and hiding their presences. Both are influenced by the personalities and emotions of their users. However, there are obvious differences. While the Nen consists of keeping the aura from leaking away from the body and manipulate this aura, the Ki consists of drawing it out the aura of the center of the body, to manipulate it and use it outside the body. While the emission and transmuters attacks of Nen cannot be seen by those who don't control the Nen. Attacks that would fall within the emission category such as Goku's Kamehame or a fire transmutation type attack such as the Thunder Flash of Picken, can be seen by people who don't manipulate the Ki. While Ki allows you to create more destructive, simple techniques and, being the only enhancer of them, your own physique, energy, resistance and life itself. Like the Kaioken or the Shin Kikahu, that can be easily taught to other people. The Nen allows to create more strange, mystical and complicated techniques, being linked and enhanced to mental contracts and to the mind, experiences, tastes and life of the user. Like the Skill Hunter or Kurapika chains. That cannot be taught to other people. That brings me to the following conclusion. The Nen is a power governed mainly by the mind, the conscious. The Ki is a power governed mainly by the body, the subconscious. The Nen is a method of using energy in a more ethereal and mystical way, whereas Ki is a method of using energy in a more physical and destructive way. That is why the Nen allows you to create such bizarre, strange, evolved, well-developed and powerful abilities in categories such as manipulation, materialization and specialization, the latter being the most ethereal of all and the most difficult to belong, and being also the considered category of the geniuses. While with Ki these skills are hardly used in combat due to their inefficiency. That's why the Ki allows to create more powerful abilities or to grant more easily better capacities in more tangible and less mystical categories such as enhancement, emission and transmutation. While with the Nen those skills, despite being strong, and even being the type enhancement, the simplest, the most suitable for combat, the mystical abilities created by weaker fighters are capable of defeating them, something that is very difficult to see in Dragon Ball but easy to see in Hunter x Hunter. The best example is the fight of the novice Kurapika versus the experienced and colossal Yuvajin. All thanks to his mystical abilities as a conjurer and specialist and the harsh contracts he had imposed on himself. It is as if the Nen is the Yin method of manipulating vital energy, while the Qi is the Yang method of manipulating vital energy. Both use the same energy for very similar purposes, although each one stands out above the other in certain aspects. In addition, I have both the Nen of geniuses and the legendary Qi. Ha ha ha. I'm a monstrous genius. Broly spent the months training inside her mother's womb. During that time, he formulated all the possible strategies he could perform in the case of the different possibilities that could occur after his birth, and continued training. Thanks to the similarities he had found between the Nen and the Qi and all the information he had about the Nen, together with the Jugen, Broly was able to understand several fundamentals of manipulation of the Qi, although they paled in comparison to those he had of the Nen. For now it's better don't spend my time with Qi. I notice that although I am making progress and that I would surely master it in a few years discovering it by myself, it will be better to wait to get to Earth. There will I could understand better how to achieve more perfect control in much less time and with less effort. For now I will focus on the Nen. Broly calmly practiced 3 of the 4 fundamentals of the Nen and one of the advanced ones. The 4 fundamentals are namely Ten, Zetsu, Ren and Hatsu. 10. This technique allows a Nen user to contain aura by enfolding their body with it. All human beings possess aura, but unbeknownst to most of them, it slowly leaks away. Making aura stay around the body is called Ten. This is the most basic technique. Ten maintains youthful vigor and reduces one's aging, since the energy powering the body no longer leaks away. One can keep the body from breaking down and deter the aging process plus grant a strong defense. Zetsu. This technique stops the flow of aura from the body completely. It is a technique whereby a user suppresses the Nen formed by using Ten surrounding them and suspends the small natural leakage of aura from their body. Zetsu closes all of the aura nodes so that Nen is fully contained within the body, therefore it can help the user to conceal their presence or recover from fatigue. If Zetsu is executed properly, the user will be hard to detect. However, Zetsu must be used carefully because it leaves the user's body defenseless against the enemy's Nen. In Zetsu state, it is very dangerous to even take a weak Nen attack, or to come into contact with the enemy's Nen. Aryan. This technique focuses on outputting a larger amount of aura than Ten, projecting it outwards explosively. This amplifies the user's physical strength and durability and provides a large pool of aura for any advanced techniques or individual skills they decide to use, albeit at the cost of expending said aura. One can train their Ren to extend its duration and increase the amount of aura at their disposal. It is said it takes 1 month to prolong one's Ren outside of combat by 10 minutes. If Ten is considered purely defensive, Ren can be regarded as its offensive counterpart, although it also grants the user vastly enhanced defensive abilities. With the right timing, Ten can be used to contain the aura produced with Ren. The other technique of the 4 fundamentals is the one he decided not to practice. It was dangerous to do something like that now since he was still inside his mother, and because he still did not want to create his Hatsu. Hatsu is one's personal expression of Nen. Its qualities are influenced by but not restricted to the Nen user's natural Nen category, one of the 6 available, which is decided by nature and nurture. Hatsu is used to project one's aura to carry out a certain function, creating a special and unique paranormal ability that is colloquially called Nen ability, Hatsu ability, or simply Hatsu. As for the advanced technique he practiced was the Yin. Yin is an advanced form of Zetsu used to render one's imperceptible aura, effectively concealing it. Unlike Zetsu, however, Yin does not stop the user's aura flow. Instead, it hides it, making it impossible to perceive with any of the 5 senses or extrasensory perception. Hence, this technique is perfect for launching sneak attacks or laying traps, as it can not only be the user's presence, but also Nen constructs generated with emission, transmutation, or conjuration. The Ten was the base to practice the rest of the Nen skills, which he had to practice seriously in case they tried to kill him at the time of his birth as he did in the first movie. The Zetsu and Nin were to hide their hidden potential and not to alarm King Vegeta or the other Saiyans, or Frieza. The Ren to increase the control and amount of their own energy. This concept of the Nen also helped him to understand better the operation of the Ki. Even though he decided not to practice it, he did not lose sight of it. For weeks Broly continued to train his Nen in an obsessive way. He noticed that time his body and mind had become much stronger and vigorous. Thing that scared our hero a bit and caused him to stop practicing Ren for the moment. I do not want my energy to increase too much yet. The problem of having a lot of energy is that it is difficult to control, and my goal now is not to have control problems. I will have time to increase my combat strength in a few years with ease. Especially because I'm the fucking legendary Super Saiyan. If I lose control of my energy, I will not only destroy everything around me, I could also explode, so my main priority is to lay the necessary foundations to have a good control. In addition, I fear that having so much energy in my body will make it difficult to hide. I don't know how the detectors will react to the Nen. It is better to be cautious. Broly continued with that routine until one day, contractions began. It was time to give birth. The moment of his arrival in the world. I hope it's a cesarean delivery. I'm not very excited about going out where I'm supposed to go out. Whatever, it's time to hide my energy. Snake! If you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you later, bye bye.